Just in this morning, Colorado Springs Fire announcing burn restrictions in the city of Colorado Springs. They will be rescinded starting at noon.
So what does that mean? No longer there is a ban on open fires, open burning, or outdoor smoking for now.
Which is kind of nice to see, Sam. We've had so much rain lately.
The breakdown of that, and you guys are right, the breakdown of that is like fire pits and charcoal grills, I would say, is kind of the bigger change here. You're fine with both. Still want to try to make sure there is a good defensible space around that fire pit in particular, but things like burning your trash, trying to burn some weeds off of your property, no, not okay. Bonfires actually are okay if you have a permit, and they can have to be a certain height of fire. So El Paso County has that information on their website. But you know what? We got, anywhere from about a half inch to an inch of rain into downtown alone yesterday. So there was some good storms around, but the best stuff occurred out east, Prowers County, Baca County, north to Kiowa County. These yellows are 2 to 3 inches of estimated rain. And then by Trinidad, you ended up with close to 1.5 to 2 inches, a little north near Aguilar. So wherever there was heavy rain yesterday, there could be more today. Heavy rain is going to occur in the southern stretch of I-25 in particular, but also our southern mountains and valleys, which mean burn scar flooding will likely be a thing we're talking about. And then localized urban flooding. What do I mean by that? I mean any cities or towns that did see heavy rain yesterday, the typical flooding spots would be prone to it today. So there's those couple bridges in Pueblo County that get low. That would be a good example. Or out near Austin Bluffs, kind of that Edgeway, that runoff spot, that's a good spot for it. But then the rest of this week is just going to be cooler and unsettled in general. Where are we at right now? Well, we're in the 60s through Springs, Pueblo, Trinidad, East, and 50s up by Denver. So we're starting off a little cooler but muggy. Today, we will warm into the 80s and 90s, which is so much better than where we were a week ago, and it's warm enough to allow for thunderstorms. The idea here is that this region will have the best flooding potential. We had heavy rain there yesterday. We'll have more heavy rain today. Storms will be very spotty in nature when they start. So between 2 to 4 o'clock, storms get bigger, maybe a severe storm out by Baca County. And then from southern El Paso County down the mountains in the interstate, any storm here could get a flash flood warning if it hits an area that had heavy rain yesterday. And there would be just stronger storm potential in general. You could see a couple severe storms through the plains at the end of the day and this evening. But I do think Pueblo south to Trinidad and against those mountains and valleys, that's the main threats in regards to flooding. We could see severe weather at the end of the week. Thursday and Friday looks wet. Now, the thing about that is when we were forecasting last week, we thought Sunday looked like the wettest day, and it was. So we feel pretty good about some of the similar setup for this Thursday and Friday. And it looks much cooler. So if you don't have air conditioning or you have a small unit, you just get a little natural cool down at the end of this week. And in Pueblo, it goes for you guys too. We're going to be looking at smaller storm chances the next 2 days, but heavy rain and much cooler weather going into Friday. And if you miss dry summer weather, looks like we'll have a little bit more of that next week, a little hotter. Canyon City, we're going to be in the 80s through this week, but we do get cooler with rain by Thursday, Friday. And I didn't give Thursday, Friday a 3 on the impact scale. Woodland Park, severe weather didn't look likely, but there could be heavy rain.